to make us happy as we yelled and screamed. How come it's taking so long, banker? Right? It's always been digital. It shouldn't have had any human interaction in between. They shouldn't have been able to stop it, trade it, and then put it in. Aren't all banks Federal Reserve banks? If it goes into one computer in the Federal Reserve Bank, it goes into the Federal Reserve. And it comes out in another bank. This is a Federal Reserve Bank. It's always been digital, instantaneous, except they stopped it on purpose to trade with it. And they made lots of money doing it. So much fun. This is all police deal with. That's all agents of government deal with. You know, we've had a lot of fun with FOIA requests over the years. We did a FOIA request to the Secretary of State of the state of Texas, and we asked her about the Internal Revenue Service. Do they have a license to do business in the state of Texas? Wait a minute, there's almost more than 25 million taxpayers in the state of Texas that deal with the Internal Revenue Service. You know, the letter we got back says they don't have a license in Texas to do business? Oh, wait, it's better than that. It says they don't have a license to do business in the United States. Wait, it's better than that. They don't even have a license to do business foreign. A foreign business license. What happened if your business wasn't licensed in your state? They'd come after you, wouldn't you? Yeah, in a heartbeat, right? Unless you were a PMA. Or a trust, or a foundation. See, that's for the rich. That's for the 1%, right? No. They can do it, you can do it. We were in Canadian Texas not long ago for a seminar. It was unique because at that time it was a dry county. It had been a dry county for a while. And as a dry county, they didn't serve alcohol in that county. Except we go into 2 restaurants in that county, the 2 biggest restaurants in town, and they serve alcohol. I go, what the heck's going on here? If one member signed up as a member of a PMA, one person at the table, then everybody, he could bring his guests and everybody could drink. Because the restaurants were private membership associations. All private membership associations are protected by statute in every state in the United States. They cannot regulate a private membership association. So a county where alcohol is illegal, they can serve alcohol in the PMAs. Well, that's not true anymore. They just had a vote. Just a couple of weeks ago, they had a vote, and the county's no longer a dry county. Probably because some guys put it all over the internet. And had a bunch of people there. A few hundred people in a little tiny town showed up at the event. That's a shame, because the guy that owned the 2 PMAs was the biggest proponent of it being a dry county. Because he was making all the money in town. And he lived in one of the biggest houses in town. And he wants to talk to me. Anyway, things are so fun. Things are so fun. PMAs are very, very, very important to have. Some of these counties don't want to record your documents. I keep getting pissed over and over again about that. I keep getting upset when people call me, they text me, they email me and say, hey, my county won't record my documents. And my answer is always the same, go to another county first. Right? I'm going to show you something that preceded the Declaration of Independence by 2 days. See, the Declaration of Independence was the formal document. But in our convention, where they were making decisions on what this government was going to look like, when they got done and they took a vote, it was a document called the Lee Resolution. The Lee Resolution. Now this document is very unique because it was written in pencil on a napkin. It was a folded up napkin, like you still see in some restaurants that are folded and then folded into like a little trifold. They're folded in half one way and then folded into a trifold. And the Lee Resolution was written on that document in pencil. And it was very unique. This is the fold line. And then these are fold lines. Just a photocopy. But this is the Lee Resolution was the precursor to the Declaration of Independence. And it was sent to England on a napkin after it was recorded, making it a court of record. It was served on the king before the Declaration of Independence was served. They fired a warning shot because you have to put them on notice. Does that make sense? Okay, the interesting thing about that is when you look at the other half of the paper and you turn it sideways, it has a signature from each person from the 13 colonies, and it has the vote. They took the vote on a napkin with pencil. And there were 383 yays and 64 nays. I'd like to know who those 64 were, but I guess we'll never find that out. Because I can't find anywhere where it tells who they were. Well, that's what? Roughly 447 people at the convention. It's twice this room. Twice as many Americans got together and decided the fate of our nation. Just twice. Of course, our nation only had a population of about 6 million people then. And they signed it on July the 2nd, 1776. The resolution for independence agreed to on July the 2nd, 1776. The Lee Resolution. We wouldn't even have a copy of this document. We wouldn't be able to make photocopies of it. We wouldn't even have it had it not been publicly published and recorded. That's how you publicly publish something. You record it at the county recorder's office. So, if we the people think something is so important that we're to put it on the public record and let our fellow Americans see it. It is a felony for the county recorder to say no. It ain't up to the county attorney who's advising them. We, the people, are government. Look at every constitution of every state. Read Article 1 or Article 2. Because in every state, I've read them all, in every state, in either Article 1 or Article 2, it says, we the people have the authority. That we have the right to alter, reform, or abolish government as we see expedient and proper. That all government is created for our peace and our happiness and our posterity. We are the beneficiaries. They are our acting trustees. Well, at least if they want to act and pretend they are. You are the government in every state constitution. You are the creators of government. You are we the people, the free men of America. Well, at least if you stand up and say you are, you decide. International law covers you pretty well. The ICCPR, for instance, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which almost every nation has signed on to, including the United States, and Congress codified it in Article 1. It says and confirms the number one unalienable right that God gave you. He gave you free agency to choose. He gave it to Adam and Eve in the garden. And He gave you free agency to choose your country of choice, your political status, what you want to be. It says you have the right of self-determination. And that cannot be taken away from you. And it's the number one first thing in all international law. That our country must abide by. The right of self-determination. It is not up to them to determine your political status. It's up to you to determine your political status. They define it. They must accept it. But you've got to tell them about it. And you've got to swear to it under the pains and penalties of perjury of what you want to be. And the only way to do that is via affidavit to the agency of government that handles political status, our United States State Department. The Secretary of State of the United States is the person responsible for all beneficiaries, the people, of your political status. See, they just led you to believe by many government forms that only had one box, one choice. What are you? A U.S. citizen. Check. And they led you to believe that's the only thing there was. Because that status was created by government, by the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, which was never ratified. And we have proof that it was never ratified. And that is the reason everything in this country operates through the consent of the government. Government operates through the consent of the government. You do not have to consent. You do not have to contract. And they will do everything in their power to get you and even fool you into contracting. Everything. Everything in their power to fool you into contracting. But we would not even have had that government had they, some county recorder said, no, you idiots over there in that building in Boston and in Philadelphia, we're not going to record that. We won't take it in that format. Written in pencil. There's no notary. There's only 13